Bear with me, guys. I am just getting set up here. I don't have a fancy screen to have you guys stare at for a second, so give me a minute here. Alright, looks like we are good. Alright, perfect. Okay, so if you are watching this at a later date, I am ChaosEclipse. This is Citadel Forged with Fire. We are actually trying to grow some plants. I planted them a little while back, so we already got some out, which I organized all of my chests here. Um, the name of the game is Citadel Forged with Fire. These are the plants that I'm trying to grow here, the black hellebore. And we have 18 at the moment. I need 36, so I basically need one more of these crops to grow. I don't know why I said glow. Probably because I can't speak right. But so there's only 6 little plots per big plot, and I thought it was only going to give me 6 plants, but it actually looks like it gives you 3 per thing there. So we're actually going to have more than we need. Keep in mind the videos that are being posted behind this. Kind of doing it backwards here, but the videos that are going to be posted behind this are going to be of us actually using those plants and everything. So I'm not going to do it in this one, but I at least wanted to show that off so people know that we are close to it. For the time being, we're basically going to be flying around killing stuff, just getting XP, not doing anything special, things like that. But yeah, so with my chest here, I have stones, which is basically metal and any kind of gems or anything like that. I initially named it like stones and gems, I think. Stones, gems, and runes, maybe, something like that. But it literally only lets you do one word, so I had to redo everything because I was trying to do multiple words on a lot of these. This one's your essences, which is, we already have at least one of all the essences. I don't use the summon one, which is this one, and I don't use the dark essence. Rarely do I use the light or the fire, I think. The main ones I do use is the frozen, the nature, and the storm. Don't get me wrong, the fire one's good, but it has, it's more of like a direct type thing that you have to do constantly. It's not ones like the storm and the frozen where you can just kind of throw it down and leave it. And then of course there is the one essence that is not in here, which is the one that it starts you with. So if you look in here, it's this purple one here. It's already set there. So that is the arcane one. So that you'll have automatically when you start the game. You don't have to worry about the rest of these you do have to find. Then we have nothing but food in here, raw food, cooked food, doesn't matter. The chests are really big, so I don't think I'm ever going to overload on too much food in here, so we're going to stick with food there. And then we have our plants in here. I was going to do plants and seeds for the title, but as you can tell, it didn't go. Like I said, it's only taking one word, so I did plants and seeds in here. This here, that is technically seeds. It's the mushroom spores, so you do need that to grow the mushrooms. So that's why I have that in there. Over here, wasn't sure what to name this one. I was going to do cloths and hide, but like I said, it's not letting me do more than 2 words, so we just did cloths there. And then we have our wood in there. We have potions here. Now these potions are specifically potions that will give you health or some type of effect. Obviously, it's not going to be, what's it called? Like dyes or anything like that. I have a whole separate one for dyes. Then we have crafted items in here, which I did craft this this Flight of the Architect, and I told you guys that I do use it more. I'm going to stay with the Essence of Wing because the Flight of the Architect, yes, it doesn't use that much mana, but it's extremely a lot slower than I remember, so we're not going to use it. I kind of crafted it for nothing. I might end up breaking it down. Here's all the dyes that I currently have. The thing that I don't like about this is this red one here looks like the health vial. The blue one looks like the mana vial, and then this purple one actually looks like the vitality one. So you have to actually scroll over them just to read them, make sure that they're not, you know, the health one or whatever. Then we have our miscellaneous stuff, which I was going to break this down separately, but I wouldn't even know where to begin. Like, I don't know if I want to do like body parts or something like that, because a lot of this stuff is parts. I mean, obviously we have our bones, we have skulls, eyeballs, feathers, things like that. And then you have other things that aren't body parts, like the phoenix shard, or the fairy dust, or the dark plasma. But technically all of these are things that you can add on to your weapons, or to the spells, I guess, to kind of enhance them. The bone one here isn't really one of those. I mean, it is, as you can see, it does do leech damage, but the bones I use more for crafting. So I was going to put that originally in with something else, but with how they're all named, I figured it's not really going to match anything else. And then these last two here are empty. So these flowers supposedly take about 4 hours to grow in game time, and it's been pretty accurate so far. Like I said, I did get this one out already. You do need fertilizer and stuff like that to put in here. This is the sprinkler that I was talking about, or will be talking about in future videos. So you create the sprinkler. When you put down the sprinkler, it has the energy there that you can see ticking on that bottom blue bar. So it's 490 of 500. It'll go to 485, and then, you know, so on. It'll keep dropping. As you can see, it keeps recharging on its own. That is recharging because of this, like we talked about before. So anything that ever needs energy in your base, as long as you have one of these, it will automatically recharge those. Normally it'll be spitting out like blue stuff, just because it'll be water. But we did put fertilizer in here, which I might need to make more. I don't know just yet, because I did have it full completely, and it looks like it's not going to last. The fertilizer you can actually make in the cauldron over there, but that's why it's green, because it's fertilizing and watering, which is what the circles there are. So the blue circle is how hydrated the crop is, and then the green circle is the fertilized portion of it. So, but to make the fertilizer, it's this right here. So you would need, and keep in mind this is only for one. So it would be 22 ruin, 6 mushrooms, 1 fairy dust, and then you do need nature essence, which I have been running around kind of grabbing all of that stuff, so we can actually make more of it. I just don't know how much I want to make total. So let's go ahead and grab this stuff real quick, see how much we can make. What else did we need? Mushrooms. And there was one other thing. Mushrooms, essence, and I don't remember what the other one was. That's how bad my memory is. Fairy dust. That's going to be in our miscellaneous one over here. There we go. Let's grab all of this. Come back over here. And we can make 133. We don't even need that many. We'll make like 20. So, craft, and then of course, like we talked about before, you do have to wait for that 20 to finish there. So while that's crafting, we'll go ahead and put the rest of our stuff back here. So there's our gems. We have our essence. And I don't know why, I mean, I'm playing on PS5. This is a PS4 game though. But keep in mind, when you're moving big stacks of things, it still does freeze up a bit just until it gets rid of it. Has nothing to do with the PS5, that's just the way the game is made. So just throwing that out there in case you guys see it freeze like while I'm messing with the inventory. It is because of big stacks. So if we take a look here, that's actually the biggest stack right there is what we were just messing with. Let's do the wood, because the wood also has a big stack. So if you take a look here, that's 7,442. I don't even think we can hold that much, but if I click on this and I do move all, it'll freeze there for a second while it's trying to transfer all of that into my inventory. So yeah, so we can only hold about 5,624, and then moving it back, it still freezes again. But Game doesn't break or anything. I mean, I think I've gotten kicked maybe one time from this game, and that was back when I was playing on PS4, so not that big of a deal. But the whole reason that we are growing these is so that we can make certain weapons and everything. We have all of our crafting tables and everything behind us. But the game is absolutely amazing. I think I kind of broke it at one point. I say at one point, I think it's been recently. I don't know how I did it. I need to go back and see if I accidentally changed some settings, because since it's on PS5, for those of you that don't know, if you don't turn off the controller, I mean, obviously you still have control of the game, but at the same time, you have to actually close the app of the game. If not, it stays open. So I never turned off my controller, never closed the app, and I didn't realize it. And for some reason, I was picking up my controller and I was messing with it. And it was like, basically my monitor was not on the game, it was on my actual computer screen. So I didn't realize that I was doing anything. Then when I came back to the game, like, I was in some options and everything else, and I was like, uh-oh. Well, when I created these, if you guys remember, which I don't know if you guys do, because I don't even know if the video's out yet, I'll have to take a look at that. But basically, this is a healing pool and a mana pool, so if you're low on mana, you're low on healing, you step on this and it will fill up your mana and stuff like that, and you can see the bubbles kind of go around your screen. So the red one is what gives you the health there, and then the blue one, which is not activating, but the blue one basically does your mana. So if we do that, there you go. So there's the blue around the screen. So it has some cool effects or whatever. Somehow, I don't know if I accidentally maybe increased the generation in the game, but I think I broke it, because when I'm flying around or even just using spells and stuff, I will automatically get that, which that is giving me mana and health right now. And I did not activate any potions, even though it looks like that at the bottom. It's like I'm still standing on those mana pools. Now keep in mind, if we take a look at our inventory here, and you go over to the ring, I do have a ring that gives me 4 mana per second. So my mana should never really drop anyway, just because normally it takes like 3 to 4 mana per second while you're flying. So it shouldn't really drop, but the fact that it's constantly giving me mana and health, I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know if I accidentally did something in the options. I'm not really sure on that. The crazy thing is that I only found this out like when I was playing halfway through another part of the game. I had landed in a certain area, and every time I would run over an individual spot, it would basically do that. And I was like, oh, maybe it's maybe the game's reading that there's like an invisible pool of mana or health there. And I tested it a couple times running back to that spot, and it literally did it only every time I ran over that spot. But now it's doing it non-stop, so I'm thinking that maybe that was just the first time I noticed it, and it's been doing it quite a bit more than it should be anyway. But I mean, I can't really do anything about it, so we're just going to go ahead and leave it alone. My only option is, which I'll take a look at it, like I said, but my only option at the moment is basically to keep an eye on it, go back, watch my previous videos and see what my settings were at, because I think I showed the server settings before even starting this playthrough. So I'll have to go back and see if I accidentally did change any of those settings. Hopefully that is on one of my videos. If not, then I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It's not really ruining the game for me, but it is going to make it tons easier. And I've never really beat this game without like cheating or anything like that. Well, technically I've never beat the game, period. But I'm saying I would like to beat it without like doing any type of cheats or anything. Games like Minecraft, things where you've already done it, I have no problem duplicating in those games, things like that. Just because I've already been there, I've already done it, and that just helps shorten the time. But a game like this where I have not beaten it, I have not gotten to like max level, things like that, I'd like to play it pretty straightforward, at least one playthrough, to experience it the way I should be. So we'll see what happens with that. But the other thing I noticed is, if you take a look at the map here, we have 4 different, what are these called? I guess mutated creature icons on the map, but these are actually crypts. Now, why it already highlighted them, I don't know, because for you to go into a crypt, these crypts require you to be level 60. I'm still only level 48, So I don't know why they already appeared on the map there. But I guess I'll just leave it because I mean it's not ruining anything. It just throws me off every time I try to look for a mutated creature in the game or anything like that. So let's see what to do. I don't want to do any missions because we're going to save that for the actual videos. I guess we can. We can go. I was going to say we can go over here. So this area, I have not done the tutorial stuff in that area. Probably not even that one because there is a little exclamation point there too. I don't want to do tutorial stuff again though. I don't really want to get levels if I don't have to. I'm not trying to get levels, so. Actually, I can show you guys the dragons that I was talking about before. So I think the quickest way to find one is going to be over in this area. Normally it's up north, but you have to fly pretty far up north. I know they're probably easier to find over here. The dragons I'm talking about, like, I think you guys have seen the smaller dragons if you guys have been watching the series and everything. But there are bigger dragons that are on the title screen that I'm pretty sure they can still one-shot. I don't know 100% on that because I've tried not to let one hit me. But pretty sure they can still one-shot even with my health at where it's at. Let's go take a look. Just heard a bear. Guess I was flying low enough to aggro. I still don't think you guys have seen all the mobs in the videos yet either. Like all the different types of creatures that are in the game. I know the dragon for sure you guys haven't seen unless you watch the older videos because I think I showed one in there. Oh, you guys haven't seen the phoenix either. Hopefully we don't run into one though because they won't hit me or they won't kill me in one shot, but they will definitely chase me down. They're, I believe, the fastest flying tank in the game. Yeah, so I think it's this area right here. They actually fly up here in this area sometimes. Not always, but it is an easy area to find them in. And that's actually a chest right there on the edge of that. I think that is. There's a chest. And there's also precious stone here. Let's grab the chest. That's a regular bird. What do you have inside of you? Okay, well, probably stuff will break down, but we'll still take it. I don't really care about the precious stone at the moment. We don't really need it. At least not right now. Maybe this isn't the area I'm thinking of. I think it's more down here. Oh, you know what? It's up here. I'm going the wrong way. So it's up here. Actually, it's probably near that marker. Why is that marker there? You know what? It's actually right by that marker. So I had a marker there because I recently came into this area to kill a mutated creature that was on the map. And that was when I realized that they are over in this area more than they are up north. There's actually an area where there's ruins at, which I don't know where, because I only came across it once, but I know that is also on this side of the map. The ruins, there's definitely dragons there, bigger dragons. I thought it was just like a salt rock or something like that. And like I said, I'm just being cautious here because there are phoenixes in this area as well. And I really don't want to accidentally teleport into one. So all the different creatures fly different levels. That's a normal dragon right there. That's not one of the ones we're looking for. All the different creatures fly at different levels. That's why you'll see me kind of look like this, and then I'll look even higher. Because the phoenixes fly pretty much right above the trees. The dragons are a little bit higher than that, though. This area right here is where I see one of the big dragons. It's literally right above this lake here, which I thought was a lake back there because of the big rock there in the middle. I'm just approaching it slow because sometimes they don't spawn in right away. And last thing we want to do is be right up on them. We would have already seen this. They're pretty big. They're a lot bigger than the smaller dragon that I just showed you there. Which that smaller dragon, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's decently sized too. That's one of the big ones. So those guys, I'm pretty sure can still one-shot me. That is the biggest dragon in the game. That's usually everyone's go-to thing as to what they want to tame and stuff. They're not very fast, but they are extremely strong. And they have a really far aggro range. If I even get close enough to look at his level, he'll probably aggro on me. So let's not do that. And we'll see if we can find you guys a phoenix too, because I know they're also in this area. I am way up in dragon territory right now. There's one of the smaller dragons, probably at level 40 something. Oh, 31. That's so aggro, yeah. Oh, I don't want to play. There's a giant eagle. So the giant, or the, oh, really? You're going to aggro too? The giant eagle and the phoenix, they basically attack the same way and everything. The only difference is the phoenix are extremely fast. Like, they will be able to catch me even doing my teleporting. So I normally have to drop out of the air. And hopefully there's water around. You can actually go under the water and everything and follow you under there, but they can still technically attack you under there, so you have to be careful. They do a lot of the same attacks that the regular birds do. They'll do what's it called, like a whirlwind type attack. Fuck off already, dude. I know you're not the same one, but leave me alone. Can't even shoot a fireball straight. This area here you have to be careful with. It's not bad, but there's a lot of stuff here, and it's easy to get overran. At my level, there's actually a dragon right there too. At my level, I might be able to survive this area even on the ground, but if I get too many of these guys piling up on me, I would basically have to run and fight like from a distance. I would have to use spells that I would cast from a distance instead of using my normal ones like this, where it just stays in one spot. I wouldn't be able to kill them with that, just because in order for you to kill them with that, obviously you have to stay in place so that they're not moving out of that damaging zone. But I don't think I'd be able to withstand how much damage they would be doing while they're basically slowly dying. Like, I would end up dying before them. This is probably also a level 30 something. Yeah, 30. You do have to be careful with that. It just depends on when they attack. So if I'm moving to the left and he's in front of me, if I keep moving to the left, his fireball will hit me. So right when they fire, you have to basically change direction and switch it up that way. Because if you don't, they are coded so that they basically attack you at the normal speed interval that you're at. So if you just constantly move left, they're going to hit you with their fireballs. But once they shoot, if you change direction, it's not like a homing thing or anything like that. Believe it or not, we're The storm ones like this that you can find out in the open like this, they're actually kind of hard to find. The frost ones you can find up in the snow. The fire ones you can find around the volcano in the center of the map, basically. Nature ones, I wouldn't say you'll ever have to worry about the nature ones. Unless you're using all kinds of nature spells, you're almost never going to run out of that. Because even when you're getting like stuff like wood, you have a chance of getting the nature essence just by getting anything that's in nature. Wood, the rock, anything like that, you have a chance of getting the essences from it, the nature essence. So as long as you're constantly getting things like living things or inert things like a rock and things like that, I mean, you'll still get the nature essence. It might take a little bit of time, but you'll still get it. Like I said, as long as you're not using like constant nature spells. Which, don't get me wrong, nature does have some good spells. I mean, if that's your style, go for it. But if that is your style, you probably also know where to get the nature spells or the nature essences. Because there are poison pools that you can go to where they have the essence there. The nature ones. And if you guys don't remember, there's actually a ton at the beginning. So this rock below me, this stuff here, this is actually the marble ornate stuff that you guys can get. Yeah, so it's marble. This is the stuff, this is like the end game type of material that you guys want to be building with, because it is the strongest defense-wise. But in order for you to build it, you do have to unlock it. So basically you start with wood, you can move to stone, you can go with the ornate, or I'm sorry, with the white marble. Oh, and I guess there is one more after it. So the ornate, but I think the ornate still requires you to have marble. So, because I think to make the ornate you need marble and then you turn it into the ornate. I don't remember how that works. But basically you need the marble for the end game stuff. Yeah, it's a mission. So he wants you to bring him... Oh, no. So he'll actually give you that stuff if you can kill 2 flame dragons. That's actually not bad. 60 marble already cooked and 20 blue gold ingots. That's not bad at all. How much XP did you get? 11,000. That's not bad. That's actually a really good one. Granted, if you're a higher level, I mean, of course, it's going to feel not so good as far as XP wise. And I do plan on making another video because I think some of the spells have changed. So I plan on making another video where you go through the individual weapons, and we'll take a look at every single possibility of what the weapons do with all of the different... you're a weird color. We'll take a look at the possibility of the different weapons combined with the different essences. So basically what I mean is, take a look at our weapons here. Let me move this. So you'll have your axes, well, just melee in general, your gauntlets, your wands, and your staves. So these are the 4 different weapon types. So I'll probably make, and I'll do it with these low level ones because they'll still be the same. Obviously, they'll just get stronger as they move down. But basically, I'll make an axe, and then I'll start with the arcane power. We'll see what you can get with that, and then I'll move to like the storm one. And I will go through every single one, so basically each one will have 4 different spells that they'll be able to do per weapon. And keep in mind, just because, like right now, I have the blink on this wand, which is my L2, and then I have my gather, which is R2. Just because that's what those are on this staff. Oh, there's a flame dragon right there. Just because that's what those are on this staff does not mean that that's what they're going to be on the gauntlets and things like that. So it does change depending on the weapon you're using. But that's why I'd like to go over it again, because I do think that they changed some of that. So let's take a look and see basically what they've changed, what's different about it. Precious stone over here. I rarely come to this side of the map. That's why I'm looking over here for stuff. This actually wouldn't be a bad PvP spot. I only say that because like all the fog and everything. If you build a small base, oh, you can't even approach it. That's the wall right there, guys. Wow. Never mind. I was gonna say because all the fog and stuff, it would be hard to see your base. I know even with this back wall, you can't even go all the way up to him. It'll stop him before you get there. So, I guess this area is just saying that it's not cool. It's not in my opinion. I feel like I'm going slow, but I think this area was just empty for the most part, so there's just nothing to base the speed off of. What level you got? 40. This dragon above us. I don't even see him, he's just standing still. The crazy thing is, like, I know a lot of you guys probably don't like this game or anything. To me, this game is absolutely amazing. The way they did the magic in the game, and you can, like, change your weapons to do other magic spells basically at the same time. I think it's absolutely amazing the way that they have it set up, but the game never really took off. I think a lot of people just don't know about it. I actually stumbled upon this game. I've never even heard of it. There's a corrupt unicorn. I've never even heard about it up until I came across it. And then once I came across it, I looked up some gameplay on it, and there wasn't even much of that. So the little bit that I did find, I kind of fell in love with the game, and I ended up buying it. But that's also why I make videos on this game, because I don't think that it got a lot of the attention that it deserves. Obviously now at this point it is a bit outdated, just because, I mean, it's been out forever, and a lot of people want, you know, all the newer games that are coming out. They're not going to come back and play older games unless you're like myself. I actually bought this years after it came out, and I still play it, so definitely something that is worthwhile, at least in my opinion. This ravine here actually isn't a bad PvP area either, to build in. A lot of spots down there where you can hide your base. And then keep in mind, guys, so yes, a lot of the higher level stuff is up north, up in the snow. I want to say anywhere around the edge of the map is technically going to be a dangerous area if you're new to the game. Even if you go very far south, there's what they call earth golems, or just golems or something like that. They're these huge crab-like looking things, which you can technically find them anywhere, but they're very popular down south. But they look like giant wooden crabs, basically. And then when you approach them, they kind of do this transformer thing where, like, the whole second half their body comes up out of their crab body, and they can throw rocks and everything. But they're extremely strong. Very slow, I will say that, but they're extremely strong. So, dragon. And I probably won't stay on this game. I actually plan on streaming something else too. I'm just not sure exactly what I want to stream. I re-downloaded the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which I did one video on it, basically the tutorial. But I'll probably have to do that again, just because I have not played that game in forever, so I don't remember any of the bugs or anything. I thought about streaming that, but then there's also more, I don't want to say fast-paced, because Dragon Ball is pretty fast-paced, But there is more, oh look, here's fire that you guys can get pretty early on. Fire essence, there should be some here by this lava. But Dragon Ball Z is pretty fast paced, but you can also do, or I'm sorry, I was also thinking about doing, what's it called? Rocket League, which is something that has been popular recently. Which I don't know why, because there's not, in my opinion, there's not really anything to do with it. So yeah, as long as you guys can fly, which so you guys can come and grab this stuff. I wouldn't say you have to fly, but it would definitely be a plus. It's right here. What level are you guys? 54. I was gonna say you guys are definitely higher. That doesn't make sense. As far as I know, none of these guys, the Abomination and these guys, don't have range attacks, at least not ones that throw like 2 fireballs at you. I think they might be able to breathe fire, but they won't breathe it up into the air. But if you're standing in front of them, they will breathe it on you, so you don't want to come face to face with these guys. But this is what I was talking about, like I think I messed up the game somehow. Right now I'm just flying over the lava and I'm getting non-stop health and mana, and I'm not doing anything. I don't know why that's happening. I've done a hard reset of the game and everything, and it's still just giving me mana and health sometimes. And I don't know how I glitched that. That'd be awesome if I knew how I did that in on an actual PvP server. But yeah. And I don't have too many of the fire essences. I mean, we did grab a lot the last time, but then when I looked at it, we technically only have like 22 or something. I mean, I've gotten more since then, but when we did it that first time, I've only gotten about 22. That's because, as you can see, every time it's ticking, I'm not getting fire. So I was basically thinking, oh yeah, I'm getting it every tick, even though I know that's not how it works. But in my mind, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm getting it every tick. And then when I realized how much I actually got, it was like almost nothing. I was like, wow. I guess we can start heading back. The plant should be grown now. As long as they're grown, there are at least 2 of the plots, because there was a 3rd one that I replanted already. But we'll head back. We'll see where everything's at, and then if anything, we'll probably end the stream there. And then, like I said, I was considering doing another stream, but I don't know what we will be playing. Not sure if I'm going to or not yet. We'll see what happens. Yeah, see, all these guys are normally up in the high levels. I think the lowest one I've seen is usually about a 42. And those red dragons are usually pretty high too. He's definitely aggro on those as well. Yeah, he is. Oh. And then I did do a stream of Ark the other day, where I died, almost killed my my otter. That was not cool. Luckily, the otter was on passive flee, and when you die, I guess since you're out of the area, since you're on passive flee, I guess the game doesn't automatically make the dinosaur that's in the area go after him because he's technically on passive flee, so they just kind of ignored him. Even though he was, when I came back, he was running into a bat. But it worked out. Ended up getting him out of there, got my stuff back, and got what I originally went into the cave for, which was the Skylord thing. Which I still haven't went back, but I'm pretty sure that Skylord thing could not have been where it was. And I know that they've done tons of updates in that game over the time, and I think that's what they did, is I think they actually changed it from being one of the easier ones to grab, because that is probably the easiest in the game to grab. So it did make it a little bit more difficult. I think there's a way to negate the rabies in different modes fast. I'll have to look that up, because if there is, that's the only way I'm gonna start going in the caves, because that was pretty brutal yesterday. Yeah, the health potions are still bad. We're almost on my another berry. Oh, I see a horse. Thought I heard a bear, maybe it's just me hearing stuff. See, and this is what I was talking about. Is like right now I feel like I'm flying slow, but with the other one I'd be flying half the speed. So I'm going extremely slow. And then there is one more that we can make, which will go way faster. Probably double the speed. I don't want to say way, way faster, but I mean it's probably double the speed. But it does also drain your stamina a lot faster. Now that we're back, let's look at the plants here. Yeah, so if it says harvest plant, that means that they are full grown. If not, it'll just say like this one, remove plant. So we can harvest, 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 and that's what I was talking about. I'm getting 3 per harvest. So that right there was another 18, and then there's going to be another 18 here that we're getting. And then I'll leave that like that. We shouldn't need any more fertilizer. That should be enough to get that one fully grown, and then we'll just get rid of all this because I just needed the plants in order to make the weapons, which at least take a look at that. We're not going to craft it because I'm going to save that for an actual video, but it's these weapons here. So, wait. Is it not this weapon? Was it for the blackened iron ingot, maybe? Yeah, so here we go. So, in order to make the blackened iron ingot, you needed the black hellbore flowers. And it only takes 1. The weapon takes 18 blackened iron ingots, if I read that correctly. So, yeah, 18. And we're going to make 2, because we're going to make 2 melee weapons, we're going to make 2 staves. So basically I need 36 blackened iron ingot, which means that I need 36 of the hellbore plants. So, yeah. And then the rest of the stuff I think I have as well. Whoops. So, yeah, we have more gold and we have more iron. Might be low on gold. Let's see. No, we're actually... That's not bad. We have 85 gold. Okay. Yeah, so we're good there as well. Let's see here. The marble we can throw in there. The gold, iron, rock, nothing else. Essences, we can throw the fire ones in there. We're up to 55 now. We can throw the corn ones in there. That's it there. Food. And then we got some food. There it is. Milk. Is that it? Yep. Plants. We got plenty of plants. So more than enough plants to make the weapons now. I'll definitely have to go back in the actual video and make sure that we have enough to make all of the weapons and everything. Cloths. No. Wood. Yes. Potions, no. Crafted, yes. We're going to throw these in here for now. Eventually we'll probably end up breaking them down. So I don't plan on using these. And then dyes, we can throw the yellow dye in there. And there we go. So now all we need to do is craft all of our weapons, which, and we did make more fertilizer, which we're probably not going to need it, but we'll at least hold on to it. I can actually put this, I'll put it in with the crafted stuff. It should technically probably go with potions, or maybe with the plants because it's fertilizer, but we'll leave it with crafted because we crafted it. But so yeah, so we'll make the melee weapons here. And we have to make sure that we have, no, we have 10. Yeah, because we're only making 2, so we have 10 frozen essences. We have like 50, something like that. And then we definitely have everything else there. We have enough for the staves. So the blue gold ingot, that is not the same as the black and iron ingot or whatever it was called. This one just takes 1 gold ore to 1 iron ore to create it, so that's not bad. We definitely have enough frostwood now. Flawless ruined gems, I think we have plenty of those now. And then the last thing that we're going to end up making is going to be the armor, which will be on our tailoring gems. So our headpiece would be this, which we have everything there. Yep. Chest piece would be the bone chest piece. We have all of that. The pants, the barbaric. We have all of that. That is a lot of fur that we're going through, but I think we have tons of fur. And there's our last piece there. And then I think we can actually make a new ring now. Wouldn't be there, it'd be on the forge. Yeah, so I think we currently have the exquisite one. Yeah, because that one's 4 mana per second, so this would be the next one there. And we could actually make this stuff too, so we could definitely make us a new ring. So that's probably what we'll do on the actual episode and everything. But we're going to go ahead and end the stream here. Thank you guys for joining me. If you are still here, if you stopped in, just watch the video, or if you are watching this as it's being posted on YouTube, thank you for stopping by, watching the video. If you guys want to see more of this, make sure you're hitting the like button, the subscribe button, and then don't forget to hit that notification bell icon. It will let you guys know every time I go live or every time I post a video. But thank you guys for joining me today, and I will see you guys in the next video.